CISPRO is an internationally recognized leading provider of enterprise business solutions. They pride themselves on innovation.
Bill Gates spoke about innovation in a really interesting way when he spoke about business at the speed of thought. The fastness and the acceleration of ideas. It's all about ideas and the passion and the technology that comes in developing things that are different, that make a difference to us as individuals and as groups of people wherever it is in the world. It's going to happen in the United States the same way it's going to happen in Africa.
What's happening in Africa is a new software strategy sparked by the key global trends seen overseas.
In reality, it's going to take a long time for people to put their information in the cloud because they want to be very sure that things are not open to being accessed. There's also not great agreements yet that people can feel absolutely reassured at board level in big ERP on cloud. But cloud is playing a part in smaller segments of the ERP deployment. And if you look at mobile, that will be going through the cloud and your lighter users come through the cloud, but the core data will be kept in a much more secure place, I think. And then the other big trend that we are seeing is mobile, and this is just so exciting for Africa. And Africa has really jumped over the rest of the world on this, because even in the most rural area where somebody has very little income, the one thing they do have is a cell phone. So once you have a cell phone, you are connected, and therefore you can be part of the commercial reality world. And that's why mobile for us, particularly in Africa where I operate, is very exciting.
Enterprise resource planning, known as ERP, refers to the computer systems that an organization uses for business processes like inventory or financial data. CISPRO has created software that provides organizations with flexibility and customizability.
Nowadays, development costs are extremely expensive, especially if you're developing for a mobile platform. So instead of having a piece of source code for an iOS device and another piece of source code for an Android device and probably a Windows device, we've built a platform where you write one piece of source code and we, CISPRO, in our platform will deploy to any one of these devices for you. But what you can do on top of that is we've sort of followed what the Gartners of the world have been saying, that organizations now want something called non-IT customization, where you leave the customization and the personalization in the user's hands. That way, if I need to modify an application or change the way it works, I don't have to employ some expensive developer to do this piece of customization for me. Espresso in its very DNA has customization built into it. So you on your device can remove a field, add a field, drag and drop pieces of the applications to suit your organization. This dramatically drops down the cost of the IT. Because why? The administrator or someone with a little bit of drag and drop knowledge is use any Windows product, be able to customize the software without incurring any IT costs.
Development like this lifts up the playing field when competing with the global trends. And with this type of innovation, ERP brings more opportunity rather than challenges for the African businesses to come.
We're finally seeing ERP becoming very useful and very everyday, as opposed to something hostile on the desk. And also just extracting the pieces of information that particular individual needs. I just think it's wonderful that the mobile operators that are also creating these devices are meeting the needs, but at the same time it can meet most budgets. You don't have to have the most modern device. You can also operate fairly efficiently on a very entry-level device. So yes, it will change the world. I mean, already we've seen how iPads have changed how we look at information. So I think it's the same as the mobile. I mean, your business and your private life will be read off the same device, and it will just make it more everyday and easier.